come to Australia.
Okay.
Come to Australia. And then we'll make Australian bakery. Hello, welcome to a new video. It's been a while. Now, I heard recently that there was a New Zealand bakery here in St. Petersburg. Now, it's no Australian bakery, wouldn't that be nice? But our sheep shagging brothers and sisters across the water there, not far away from us. And because of that reason, I thought maybe I'll come and check it out. Now, what better way to lay it on to our siblings than to do so in numbers? So I've got with me here today, fellow Aussie, Jason. Say hello, Jason.
G'day everyone.
Now, Jason and I are going to have a look inside here at the New Zealand bakery, the Novozelandska Pekarnia, and see what products they've got. In particular, we're going to go and have a look at what pies they've got and compare them to what we know of Australian pies. So how does that sound, Jason? Are you as excited as I am?
Sounds great.
Awesome.
But just a little thing, New Zealand stole pies from Australia.
They did. I'm going to make some commentary about that too. It was popularised first in our country, damn it. Yeah, brimming with excitement. All right, guys, let's head on inside. The Novozelandska Pekarnia. It should say Australian bakery, but let's go inside. It's probably good. All right. Добрый день. Мы хотели что-то спросить. Вы или хозяин из Новой Зеландии?
Нет.
Понимаю, понял. Мы из Австралии.
Ага.
Здравствуйте.
Очень приятно.
Это нормально, если мы поснимаем немножко?
Без проблем.
Вы говорите, кстати, по-английски, возможно?
Практически
Чуть-чуть,
нет.
чуть-чуть. В Австралии сладкие пирожки не обычно.
Это новые вкусы.
Новые, да. Хорошо. Вы сказали, хозяин не из Новой Зеландии?
Нет, с России.
Ага. Был просто гость.
Да, погостил.
Новая Зеландия.
Увидел, да, ему понравилась вот концепция.
Вы тоже?
Пока нет,
Okay.
не успел.
Okay. Come to Australia.
Окей.
Come to Australia. And then we'll make Australian bakery. So we got our answer. The owner of this place isn't from New Zealand. We were hoping that they would be, because we like to keep in contact with people from New Zealand and Australia that are in Russia.
Yeah, we actually have a group on Telegram which is specifically for Australians and New Zealanders.
Yeah, the owner of this place was a guest, just visitor, I'm guessing as a tourist in the past in New Zealand, and decided to come back and start up a shop. They make the pies with an entirely encapsulated short crust, which is like the very old like colonial era way of making pies when the
Very
British
traditional.
Yeah, like
pies.
the same way of just making dough and meat. And in old times, it was commercialised first in Australia in 1947 with the iconic puff pastry top in Bendigo when 4 and 20s were being made. And they're still popular today. And then later on, at some point in New Zealand, it was I think 1977, around about then. Popular variation to that pie in New Zealand is known as the Geordie pie, something like that. Geordie pie, something like that. All I'm saying is that we are the OG pie makers. We've got the tradition of making the pies. We were first, so this guy should have made himself an Australian bakery. I'm excited to try it. Hopefully they make it good. Because
Hopefully they don't disappoint.
Hopefully they don't disappoint. In
I'm
Russia,
very particular about my pies.
as a lot of Australians are.
I
Yeah,
have made my own pies here.
I've done it once before too.
It's very difficult to find like the right trays to mold.
Yeah.
I
That's
usually
true.
use like a cupcake
Yeah,
one, but you get the smaller party pie size.
yeah. You see, make party pies instead of
Yeah, make party pies
Yeah, that's
instead of
exactly
pies.
what I did. Use the cupcake tray.
Because every day is a party in Russia.
We haven't seen any picture here with the pie and sauce on the top, which is a weird thing to see.
Yeah, no. Typically in
Always see
Australia,
with the
there's
pie.
always a picture of the sauce on top.
Yeah,
It's obligatory.
yeah. They're microwaving the pies too, which is
That's a
hopefully,
no-no.
hopefully that's not for us.
That's a big no-no.
I think ours are coming fresh though, so hopefully.
Yeah, we did mention that we're from Australia.
And we're gonna review
We
it.
are
so-
here to review it, so we sort of put them on their toes a little bit.
And if they make it work, they make it tasty and they do
Yeah.
replicate it, then yeah, good for them, It's typical for Australians and New Zealanders to rip on each other, so, there's always going to be a little bit of that, but we will honestly say if it tastes good or not, because, now that we know they're not actually from New Zealand, I guess
We
we'll
can
be a little bit
lenient.
a little bit more fairer with them. But
They're
yeah,
not
we'll
your
generally say
standard sheep hugger.
not your standard sheep hugger. Yep.
Красная рыба, фиш,
yep.
говядина мясной,
Спасибо.
chicken curry, tiki pie,
Tiki
фарш,
Farsh.
raspberry, little gift,
Little gift.
blueberry.
Oh, спасибо большое.
Blueberry.
Oh, another gift. Подарок тоже. Спасибо большое. Knife holder. So we got complimentary drinks. This is probably some kind of morse,
It looks like a standard morse.
standard morse. Let's at least have a little drink. Right out.
Chin chin.
Cheers. A warm glass. The mystery pie.
Yes, redfish. The only fish one they got.
Really?
Yes,
Okay,
chicken.
that's chicken. You're right.
Chicken
You're right.
breast.
You're right. Okay. So,
Ching.
cheers. All right. That's it.
Not bad.
Not bad. It is more moist than it looks. That's
Yeah,
good.
on photos it looks like they're very dry.
It's because the short crust top pies always look dry. It's actually good.
I think on to the next.
Chicken.
Pretty good in there.
There we go.
Chicken curry, that's what it's called.
Chicken curry. That's right. 20 years ago, even more.
Oh, longer than
you
that.
you didn't see chicken curry pies mass manufactured. It has become popular, I'd say, in the last decade. You just always find chicken curry flavour at the supermarket, Coles or Woolies. This tastes just like a normal one, a normal chicken curry pie, which is not bad. Like, they're good.
Good chunks of meat. I'd be back for this pie. They are very well constructed pies.
I wonder how similar they look to the ones up front there, because these ones came out fresh.
Base could have been a bit thicker on this one.
Yeah,
Keep pretty good.
there we go. Looks good so far. The pictures don't do the flavour of the pie justice. They definitely look drier than they actually are. All right.
All right.
Next one.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a good one.
Very good one.
That's another good one.
Really good amount of beef in there and mushroom. Even in Australia, we can get some bakeries can be very cheap,
Yeah.
and they put a lot of sauce and not so much meat.
Yes. Yeah.
Although we call this a chunky beef pie.
Yeah. We got chunky beef pie or steak and mushroom pie or something like that.
Yeah, it's like this is more steak and mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
normally
the
the pies-
traditional pie is just a mince.
Yeah. Although it has a lot of meat, which is what you want, the more meat in the pie, the better. And therefore less gravy. Despite that, it's still moist. If you're watching and you're from St. Petersburg and you're thinking about trying this place out, my recommendation would be to try that pie. The meat with mushroom meat.
Мясное.
So the tiki pie. I wonder, is this like a typical New Zealand
Is it like a
type
tiki?
of pie? Is it,
Like this?
do they call it tiki pie?
Umbaya.
Chocolate. This
Meat
looks like
pie.
an actual meat pie.
Pretty
Sweet.
nice.
There we go. That's what a typical meat
Well
pie
constructed.
looks like. Cheers.
A little bit strange to start with, a bit plain to start with.
The texture is bang on, like the crust and the mince, but actually this one I'm not so keen on, like the flavour.
Actually, you could equate this to more of a Woolworths supermarket
Yeah.
brand frozen pie.
Yeah.
Not bad though.
Yeah, not bad, but even
Sure.
our lower quality pies, meat pies in Australia, are not bad. So, that's the comparison. Now we need to make a comment about this one, or these two. Blueberry, and this one is a raspberry with yogurt. A lot of our food is pastry based, but we've got like forms that are typical based on the filling that we're using. So custard tart is different. The regular sweet pie is a different form, and this form is something that was popularized because it's easy and convenient to hold in one hand and just eat with like two hands on the go, and it usually is savory, but that form is for like having meat or other savory food in it. It's kind of similar to how you could say a dumpling is a dumpling, but you wouldn't say pelmeni for something that's got, at least I've been told, for something that's got like potatoes or vegetables in something that's like vareniki.
Yeah.
You could do it technically, but that's not the name you give it. It's the exact same thing with this. Like this particular form that we've got, that's known as the meat pie, not like a custard tart or a regular pie. Does that make sense? So anyway, we're going to try having a sweet
does
pie
make
filling in a meat pie form.
Let's cut into this baby. We've got yogurt already.
But yeah, it looks like yogurt in a meat pie. I don't know, I bet there's no Australian I know, or that you know, who've had something like that. Alright, well then cheers. I can smell it. It smells good.
Cheers.
What are your thoughts? It's not as sweet as I thought it would be.
The system is sort of processing and eating a sweet pie. It's not bad.
It tastes like Normally when you're making jam or something with berries, you're adding sugar to, you know, balance out the sourness that comes from the berries. I feel like it needs to be a little more sweetness.
It's the same savoury pastry as the other ones. If you want a sweet hit, this would be the way to go.
A sweet hit? You
Got
think it's
enough
sweet?
sugar. Yeah, for me it's very sweet.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
I have
have
a sweet
sugar.
tooth. I love sweet food. And I think that for the level of sourness in this, it needs to be sweeter.
Whoppy.
The yogurt's filling. Hopefully this is the best of all
Massacre
of
the
them.
blueberry one.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to fill me a little bit.
This was the complimentary one.
This was complimentary, yeah. So it'd be especially nice if this one tastes the best. Given we didn't even order it.
Is it very good or very bad?
Mine's mostly yogurt. Anyway.
That's enough puns for the day, I think.
Final cheers.
Final cheers.
Final pie. This will go.
Gonna need to go for a long walk after this.
I knew it. I have a feeling this would be better.
Actually, not as sweet as the other one. Have fun.
I think it's the same sweetness, it's just less sour.
Could be I'm just used to the sweetness now of the other one.
Probably. It still mostly tastes like yogurt. But I've got
That-
mostly yogurt in my one.
The yogurt is like a convict.
It's so weird
Trying to
eating
escape.
a yogurt pie. A yogurt meat pie, like shaped with meat pie, with berries in it. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm eating it and enjoying it, but it's a weird thing to eat.
A lot of Aussies, I've seen pick them up upside down and eat them.
That's
I don't know.
weird. Really? It must be a New South Wales thing.
Could be.
That is weird.
As a kid with my meat pies.
You're the cult. Did you used to do it? Is that what you're going to say?
No.
Overall, I think that was pretty good. As I said, I came here with low expectations. Not because I was assuming it was going to be bad. I just don't want to be disappointed if we come and it turns out to be dry, especially because it's like our only pie shop option that we have here in St. Petersburg. But I'm pleased to say that it was good. Interesting enough, now that I'm saying that, those pictures of the filling are like way thicker than they actually are. Спасибо большое. Очень всего вкусно, очень вкусно. Ага. И спасибо за бесплатный пирог. И напитки очень добрые с вашей стороны.
My watch had time to stand. Yes, he take it how much I've eaten.
Yeah, alright, let's stand up. Let's stand up.
У вас, может быть, есть YouTube канал?
Да. У нас есть YouTube каналы. Мы будем добавить линк в вашу пекарню.
Супер будет.
Да.
Вы знаете, да, где, если что, найти?
No channel hogging. No
No channel hogging. No channel hogging. Два канала. Да, два канала. I'm gonna just go and subscribe myself for you. The Aussie Spy's turn. Спасибо большое.
Рады были видеть. Хорошего дня.
Спасибо вам тоже. Have a nice day. Всего доброго. Счастливо. Alright, Mr. Jason. I don't mind this weather at all, you know.
No.
We had a decent summer
Especially
here.
when you've just had lots of pies.
Yeah. You know, due for some cloudy weather. It's so much easier to get around to when it's like this because look at us fucking tossers. This guy holding our cameras like this.
Yeah, look at
You'll
us.
see me on his doing this. Jesus. At least they're not the same cameras. That would be embarrassing.
It's actually pretty normal in St. Pete. You see vloggers around.
Yeah.
They're
I
what
don't
we
seem
can
to.
usually call the circle video people on the Telegram Messenger,
I see.
doing little circle videos that go
Yeah.
posted in their little channels.
Alright, so Jason, where shall we go to get ourselves a little Russian pirozhok to
Pirozhok?
make a comparison?
Supermarket, we still sell them, but I think we should.
Пятерочка, pirozhok.
No, I think we should find a actual bakery.
Alright, let's do that. Let's be fair. Люди любят or a Volchika? Yeah?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They got some good ones there. We're just looking for another bakery to compare the New Zealand pies with a typical Russian pirozhok, and I happened to come across this little Chinese product store here called Krasny Drakon, which is the Red Dragon. That's obviously not it. I've heard about this place from someone before, and they sell some interesting products here from China. I think if you don't mind, Jason, before we find ourselves the Russian bakery, let's go in here and have a little look.
Let's go for it.
Okay, let's see. That's it. So they got, what I know is they've got these packs that are like full meals. No, this is all like ramen stuff. Like the Uber version of this, right? It's just, I don't know, 5-6 different oils, seasoning. I'm just gonna look for it because
They're actually normally Thai noodles that have the different oils.
no, this one's definitely not Thai. It's Chinese. Yeah, it's even got like Sichuan peppercorn oil, which I actually am not a big fan of. You know, there's not much food that I don't like. I like pretty much all food, but there are a few things that I just think spoils the taste. And I think too much Sichuan peppercorn oil spoils the taste of soup. What the f is that? What?
Bigger than
That's octopus crisps.
like
What does this say,
rice.
Jason? What's this?
Octopus.
That's what you could eat in the middle of the night instead of the popcorn.
No, no.
Oh, you don't know if you
Let's
like
help.
it until you give it a go.
Yeah, Budak is a very popular brand.
Is it? But that's 20 bucks for how much rice?
1,150, yeah, about $20.
It's $23. Oh yeah. Drinks popular in Asian countries. Taro. You find that like every convenience store or kiosk or like 7-Eleven in Thailand.
Different flavors of mochi.
Custard mochi.
Kiwi fruit
There you go.
and lemon.
Since I couldn't find what I was looking for, I might as well just pick myself up a ramen. Soy shashlik. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, enough to shut up. That mirror is so clean. I thought that the shop was double the size. It is such a clean mirror. Visible ones, yeah. That's it.
I bought this like this.
Same ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Спасибо. Всего доброго. До свидания. I buy a Red Dragon kitty. Next stop, some sort of bakery. Alright, so let's have a little look at first. It's a little part cut out, like a little portion. I think it's like 100 grams. This is like an eighth of the whole large pie.
Big one.
And yeah, got decent filling. The dough is pretty thick, I suppose, but yeah, we're gonna try it out. Russian pirozhok. Alright, cheers.
Cheers.
Usually the pies with chicken here are pretty good. I don't think I've had any chicken pie here that was bad. Definitely not. Yeah, I think so too. Just something different. There's something different about the pies here than the ones we've got, but
They're more
both just taste.
homemade
Yeah,
sauce style.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the ones you buy from the bakeries here or in the stores, whatever. They're still like more like homemade style. Like I said, I've never had a bad chicken, a meat pie, chicken pirozhok in Russia before. So
I've never had that one.
there you go. Yeah, it's more like eating meat with bread, like cooked bread with their pies.
Very good.
Couldn't tempt Jason into dessert.
I was concentrating.
Alright, so that was it for our pie video. It was a rather spontaneous one, but a good one. Can't say no to trying out a meat pie, that's for sure. Especially after being here for so long without eating comfort foods that are normal to us as Australians. Meat pies and sausage rolls. It's a bit disappointing they didn't have any sausage roll types of food there. However, maybe they just don't have something like that in New Zealand. I don't know. For us, it's okay. We can just make it ourselves, but it's still nice to see if there is a place available to us to just go and order something and eat it without worrying about cooking it, because it does take some preparation. Anyway, I liked it. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Perhaps we can go do something else like this again, Jason. Some interesting food. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy.
See you guys.
See you, Jason. See you, everyone.